Hey folks, welcome back to part 2 of Filming a Short Horror Movie Tips series, in which I go through the inspiration and techniques I used when making my last short horror film. It is important to watch the film first if possible, and perhaps watch the first part in this series as well, before proceeding with this video. Links below. Remember, if short horror films and movie making in general is your thing, make sure to subscribe and feel free to leave any feedback or questions in the comments below. Okay, she's an attractive woman. She's wearing this low-cut top. It's a horror movie. It cuts to him in the shower. We got the tattoos going on. Okay, so what happens here? She gets this sinister message asking her to play a video. Blah, blah, blah. Share it with your friend. The usual bullshit.
Yeah, I'm about to be shocked.
Okay, we're zooming in slightly on her face here. Going big on the eyes, a little bit out of focus there. Now again, when you're focusing, always focus on the eye. We've got a very small depth of field. This eye is in focus, the far eye is in focus. If you're ever shooting at them with eyes, they gotta be 100%. I put together this little montage of clips from stuff I found online. I chose images that went from fully dark to fully bright, so you'd see the reflection in the actor's face. My intention was to redo it and turn it into something more sinister, but I just left it as it was and it turned out okay. Again, the music. Okay, really going big on the eyes. Got all this crap coming from the computer. Okay, she gets blasted through the computer screen. I know it's ridiculous, but it's fun. Now, if you look at this, right? I should have done that scene again. You know, it's very typical of an actor that if they're doing something physical where they might hurt themselves, they might hold back a little bit. And this is an example of it where she gets hit by the... You can see there her hands... Like, I really should have done that again and just totally, annihilated her.
Babes, will you get me a towel? There's one in the dryer.
Okay.
Babes?
A little bit of lightheartedness, something serious just happened, and then it's just straight into this lighthearted scene. Now, if you listen to the sounds here, that's dubbed, okay? That is done with Foley. When we were shooting that, we didn't use a proper microphone. The guy who was doing sound had he had the sound device actually recording using the wrong microphone. So he had a big boom mic and the sound was coming from the sound recorder, so it got fucked up. So actually, where it shows him, all his dialogue is dubbed. I'll get to that soon. Okay, again, we used a bit of a smoke machine, right? Smoke machine, she's been blasted in the face. He's just come out of the shower. He can't see what's going on.
What's that rubbish you're watching now, anyway?
Again, that's dubbed. So he sees she's got the cooker on. She's obviously fucked. So he notices the cooker, right? Now you'll hear a burning, singeing sound, okay? Not only is the food burning, but perhaps she is burning.
You're not watching this. Jesus, Jen. It's fucking burning.
Okay, here we have a little bit of a stylized shot here.
Jen?
Boom! Okay, now this is obviously very, very heavily made up, right? This is the whole idea of this movie. I have a friend on Facebook, and she's always, she was doing makeup courses and stuff, and she was always doing her own face with this kind of makeup. So I'm seeing her every day, she was constantly putting stuff up on Facebook, and she just takes like a really low resolution image with her mobile phone. So I'm like, you know, Elaine, you can do all this stuff. Why don't we put it in a movie? So the whole idea for this short film was just to, you know, do some fucked up makeup. So we wanted to do some fucked up makeup. We wanted to do that like face torn apart look. Some guy commented and he said, this movie is so like Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. There's a scene in Season of the Witch that I was inspired by. It's where a woman, she picks up one of these masks and she fiddles with it and she gets lasered into the face. So that is sort of an inspiration in this film. Again, look, it's not perfect. It was filmed in a couple of hours. Nothing too serious, but it's a bit of fun. Now, this is what you call good acting. Look at her here. She is dead still. You can tell she's as dead as a motherfucker. Look at that. Wow. Now, if you look here, my focus is off, okay? His beard is nice and sharp, but his nose and his eyes are out of focus. So what I did was, I took this shot. Do you see this shot? I took this shot a few days later. I got him back. I knew that the eyes and stuff were out of focus. And if you look, I've gone really close this time. I mean, super close. Look at the resolution in that image. When he came back a few days later, he was doing another part and he was completely shaved, so I couldn't use his face. And I didn't have the smoke machine, so I had to go right in on his eyes. But it worked perfectly. I wanted to have this, like, the viewer sort of see what's coming through the computer, and I just got this kind of creepy demonic face. And it just comes right through. So there's a lot of shit going on here. You can see the light here if you look closely. You hear the sound effects. There's a lot of layering of sound effects in there. Different sound effects kind of added up. Like you've got this like boom, deep bass hit. Then you've sort of got this synthesizer sound as well. Plus you also have the like, ah, you know, the cry of him finally dying. So shocking video. And then it just reveals the title at the end with that drone music. Now again, very John Carpenter, very old school, self-indulgent, just a bit of fun. And that's what I recommend. I recommend working like that. Do it your own way, you know, be inspired by other films. So guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you learned something. If you learned one thing, it was worth watching. I'm going to have more videos like this on other movies that I've worked on, and please come back and watch those. Again, as always, thanks to everyone who's subscribed so far. And if you haven't subscribed already and you like this kind of stuff, please feel free to do so. Now, you can check me out on Facebook and all the socials as well. I'm on there. Until next time, from myself, Hugh Sweeney, until we're back with another video, which will be soon, it's goodbye from me.